we're going to show you the benefits of intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is a tool, not a diet that tells you what to eat. It is a way of eating. It's not about decreasing calories. Instead, it's about modifying when you eat and when you don't eat. Why would you want to do this in the first place? Given that watching calories is one of, if not the most essential elements of weight loss, or so we thought. Let's look at why. There are two powerful hormones in your body that are at play here. The first is the growth hormone, which is anti-aging, and the most powerful fat-burning hormone, which is one of 6 fat-burning hormones. The most potent fat-burning hormone is growth hormone, which protects your muscles while also allowing you to reduce fat. Insulin is the other important hormone at work here, and a very potent hormone in that it helps you store fat if you want to gain weight, which you don't want to do. Please take a moment to like and subscribe to our channel. Also, leave a comment if you've ever tried intermittent fasting. Now back to our video. Here's the thing. If you have insulin, you can't lose weight because it's such a powerful hormone that it blocks growth hormone. So it's the hormone that makes you fat and gives you the gut. If you see someone with a big belly, it's because they're producing too much insulin. Thus, these are the two major hormones you'll be influencing. Let's take a look at what's going on here. This tool or technique can really heal insulin resistance, where your pancreas is pumping out way more insulin than you need, 5 to 7 times the amount, because when you have too much insulin, your cells start blocking it and your body doesn't get the return communication. So it's like trying to talk to your friend who is watching the big game and not paying any attention to you, and so there is no communication happening because the pancreas does not receive feedback that the insulin is connecting. It sends more insulin through the channel, resulting in a situation where you have insulin resistance, low insulin in the cell, low glucose, but high amounts of insulin in other places, causing prediabetes and a slew of other issues. We want to start where you are and progress in a new direction over time. It's almost as if there are multiple levels of intermittent fasting, from not intermittent fasting to real fat-burning fasting, like a 20/4 plan. If you start with 5 meals a day or 6 meals a day, you'll have breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. Some people eat snacks between breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The idea of intermittent fasting is to get that insulin hormone to shut way off so that you don't spike insulin all day. This is something that a lot of individuals do and don't realize the catastrophic effects it has on your body. People used to believe that consuming carbohydrates spiked insulin, but this is not the case. Eating increases insulin regardless of what you eat, even if you snack on something nutritious. So we have a situation where a person's insulin levels are constantly rising, and our bodies are not built to eat and graze all day. So we'd like to move to 3 meals a day with no snacks. So the first step is to eat 3 meals a day without snacking. Eating extra fat allows you to go from one meal to the next without feeling hungry. As a result, you'll need to increase the fat content of each meal. So you eat 3 meals. And then if you want to take it to the next level and burn even more fat, you should follow a 16-to-8 pattern, 16 hours of fasting followed by an 8-hour eating window. If you don't feel hungry when you wake up in the morning, don't eat until you are. The best condition is to wait at least 4 hours before eating your first meal. Let's assume you ate at 10 in the morning, which implies your last meal will be at 6 p.m. at night. It takes a bit of getting used to in the beginning, but after a few weeks you won't even really crave that first meal as your body starts to change. The 16-hour off and 8-hour on intermittent fast is probably the one that most people use. It is doable for most people in their active lifestyle and family obligations. This pattern of eating is much more important than constantly being on a diet. However, the real power of intermittent fasting is when you actually combine it with a reduction of sugar intake, bread and pasta intake, along with other processed foods. By eliminating processed food, sugars, and high-calorie beverages, you'll notice that your body will not only start to speed up the fat loss process, but you will feel better, more energized, and even happier. To give this even more of a boost, if you are really serious, you can go to a 20-hour non-eating cycle and a 4-hour eating cycle, which will really stimulate your growth hormone and smash that insulin hormone. So while what you eat is still very important, we would argue that the pattern in which you eat is even more important. That's really all there is to it. It's not that complicated, however. We do recommend consulting your physician. Also, for more information about the keto lifestyle, please see our link below. Good luck on your intermittent fasting journey. I hope it works as good for you as it did for me.